21 past the hour. We have our end of the week report from Prairie2. His subject line, did you see the meteor? No redo for the dinosaurs. Prairie2 writes, initial unemployment claims dropped by 27,000 last week to 314,000. This is a number consistent with a steady recovery. There are indications that the housing market is moving up from the bottom. Home building has shown real signs of life. That was the good news. Bloomberg News is pushing hard on the rumor that Walmart's sales are collapsing as a result of the increase in FICA taxes that people must pay with the expiration of the Obama tax cut. This is $1,000 less spending money for a family making $50,000 a year. $50,000 a year being slightly above the median family income. Walmart has been reporting declining revenue for a number of quarters, but they sort of deny the Bloomberg story that is based on leaked Walmart internal email. Walmart's woes have for some time been attributed to the shift of the ever-increasing mass of the working poor to a standard of living below Walmart pricing. This resulting in the boom of dollar stores, food banks, charity thrift stores, and such. Add to that the remaining middle class shifting back to their traditional retailers like Target. It's too early to tell if this is an actual economic problem, as Bloomberg is making it out to be, or if this is just Walmart not being able to operate in urban markets. They can't dominate those retail markets with the sort of scorched earth policy that made them trillions of dollars in the more rural markets, where they simply eliminated all competitors. Meanwhile, things in the EU are developing a potential ugly tinge with their decision to not rein in their predatory bankers. As I've pointed out in the past, the euro has become nothing more than the new Deutschmark, referring, Pretty much everybody else would be better off without the euro. Countries like Greece and Spain are simply being raped and looted, and the pain is spreading. At least one commentator that I respect is talking about World War III being the end game of this mess in Europe. I think it's a bit early to say that with any certainty, but don't kid yourself that this can't happen. The good news is that at least we have somebody in control of the nuclear football that isn't stupid or a religious fanatic. Elections do matter. In case you haven't noticed, Obama hasn't stopped campaigning. The 2014 elections could well determine the fate of mankind. At least he grasps that. The rest of us had better as well. We aren't going to get a redo on this. Waving tiny dinosaur arms in the air won't stop the asteroid once it's here. Prairie2.com. Waving tiny dinosaur arms in the air. That's very true. I guess you've seen the video of the meteor. I was always told it was a meteor unless it struck the earth and it becomes a meteorite. I don't know, but this thing blasted across the sky in the section of Russia where it eventually it exploded above the ground. It exploded, I forget what it said, several miles into the atmosphere. But the explosion had the net effect on Earth of a Hiroshima impact nuclear weapon, atomic bomb. I don't think the people, the survivors, the family members of those people who went through the actual nuclear attack on Nagasaki and Hiroshima are real happy with that kind of comparison, because as far as we know, nobody was killed in Russia. Although reports are that at least 1,000 people were injured, all minor injuries, but injuries nonetheless. And some of the videos being put out there shows quite a bit of destruction, collapsed buildings, and so on and so forth. Of course, when you consider the dodgy state of Russian construction, it doesn't surprise me that when they set off a firecracker, that 6 or 7 buildings don't collapse. But anyway, from Prairie2, referencing that meteor. And by the way, a little bit later tonight, we will have trivia, podcast trivia, where you can win a 1-year subscription to Malloy Program podcast delivered to your inbox, commercial free, every day. All you have to do is answer the multiple choice question correctly, and you are a winner. All right, we have miles to go before we sleep here, and as usual, quite a bit of weirdness to report. So if you've got the stomach for it, stick around. I'm Mike Malloy.
And my love hope never to come back.